In this lifetime, my name is Samuel Lee. I'm a board-certified psychiatrist and neurologist, graduated from Cedars-Sinai, as well as University of Washington in Seattle. Part of my path so far, my dharma, if you want to call it, which I allowed myself to do, was to experience every psychiatric diagnosis and label personally. So there were moments, where I probably had 3 or 4 psychiatry calls, major depressive disorder, call a transition state in consciousness. Been through that 3 or 4 times, called off my wedding in a manic episode, so been through mania. Really what for me personally though was probably one of the most spiritual experiences of my life, which is difficult to explain. And I've been through severe generalized anxiety, been through it a lot of psychiatric diagnoses because I was running away from my higher self. And then I became a psychiatrist. And then I started realizing like this Western system, it wasn't treating the root cause of what's happening. Because there's metaphysics is the world of cause, right? What we don't see, thoughts, beliefs, attitudes, frequency, and the brain is the administrator of this frequency, which then becomes physics, which is what we see, the cause, metaphysics, and the effect. So I started realizing these psychiatric medications in the Western system. Worked in LA as a psychiatrist for about 7-8 years, was the medical director at Geriatric Institute, saw what they were doing to our elders, our parents. Really poor air circulation, really poor food. Time they cried out for help, they were really crying out for help. They would call the psychiatrist and give them more medications, mind-numbing medications that caused chemical imbalances, not fixing it. And so they would be drooling at the mouth, and because everyone's so busy, they just call the psychiatrist. And the psychiatrists are really just competing over, the parents because they get paid per person. So I got offered about, 2 times as much money to stay on there. But I couldn't do it anymore. I found out the system, and then I went to Kaiser and I was working there, general outpatient psychiatrist, what people imagine to be a psychiatrist, talking to people across the table, really trying to understand, and really trying to love and have compassion for every single energy. Because when people got problems, they come to LA. So there I was, right? All different kinds of problems, literally trying to understand. And this point in my life, I could probably sit in a talking circle, whether it's a homeless, a billionaire, a prostitute, I'm all that. But anytime anyone speaks, I'm like, yeah, me too, right? So that's what I was learning how to do, is to understand the unity of humanity and to have compassion and to understand the 7 to 11 generations of trauma that lie behind that. Went through very severe post-traumatic stress disorder. Sometimes it's still symptoms kick up. But through this whole thing, I learned and then I learned how to meditate. I learned about consciousness. I learned that actually what we're being told, the greatest cover-up ever, is trying to make humans believe they're third-dimensional beings. The war on consciousness. It wasn't the war on drugs, it was the war on consciousness. I started having these experiences and I hit rock bottom, right? Rock bottom. And from that place, I heard something tell me, hey, it's time. Go to that yoga studio across your street. And this is when yoga was not popular for men, right? And I'm like a cardboard, but I said, do 30 days in a row. Either that or I was gonna die. My liver was dying. So I did. And at the end, I would feel this peace. And the way I am is, if I find something, I go all in. So I found consciousness. And it started liberating me. Crazy breath work, going down, it would give me temporary relief, right? You'd see me walking down the streets of LA, I didn't care. When someone is going through hell in their mind, any type of relief is the relief of all. The healing of one is the healing of all. So I'd be doing like crazy. I became a yoga instructor, breathwork instructor, went to the Amazon, worked with some plants down there, ayahuasca, spent time with each plant, learning until the plants told me you're done. I had to heal myself. Crazy podcast, pumping Kundalini like crazy. And I started figuring out we're multidimensional and the truth will set you free. And my paradigm was exploded every time. And the truth is, now what I really believe is quantum morphogenetic science. Take a look inside and you'll find you are who you've been looking for, and it's a science. It's in your DNA. We have 12-stranded DNA, original celestial human beings. You are the angel. And there's a science on how to activate each strand. And so we're like in the last scene of Avatar now. The consciousness, they're going for Mother Tree, they're going for Mother Earth's resources, right? Her water is not as, her blood, her tectonic plates, they're mining, coaling. In order to survive, consciousness is neutral. However, consciousness reserves the right when the survival of a species depends on it. 50% of the time when one person's driving towards a green light, they're gonna get green. This other person driving, it's gonna be 50-50. But consciousness reserves the right when the survival is to let one light be green. And right now, the Rainbow Warrior, Light Children, the spiritual warriors, Creator has sent its best warriors, its brightest fairies, its most beautiful dancers, the greeters, a film crews, right? For this time such as this, because the survival of Mother Earth depends on how quickly those who love peace can organize and communicate better than those who love war. All of these prophecies are now being fulfilled and created at the same time. And what I want to say to anybody out there going through a mental health problem right now is have hope. The truth will set you free. And the truth is that you have deep purpose. There is no force in source. For there to be love, there must be a choice. So we chose to be incarnated for a specific mission, and now we have the tools. If we can activate the people onto the right mission, then they have purpose. There goes suicidal ideation. Then there goes a deep purpose every day. There goes depression. Then goes wanting to do what they're doing. There goes anxiety, right? So we have these tools which can reconnect people consistently in a safe way to their souls and record their own voice talking to them about why they're here and what they're here to do. So that's just one technology. There's a lot of other technologies that can be very helpful for all different types of mental health conditions. And the truth is stranger than fiction, but wouldn't you rather know the truth than living in a lie? And the truth will set you free. We are free, we are free, we are free. We have come, we have come, we have come. We are here, we are here, we are here. I know who you are in truth. I know how you serve in truth. We are free. And so there's a lot of cool people talking right now about how to set up a new system of mental health that is based on truth, consciousness, not diagnosis, labels, and symptoms. Because as soon as someone says, I have depression, they have just told themselves that they have that condition and their proteins have coded for that reality. So we want to switch it to energy and consciousness, where the truth of who we really are, a new paradigm. Don't fight the system, create a new one. You know, what we resist persists. What we judge becomes the shadow. So absolutely no judgment, but now we're focusing our attention on a new earth, a new system, a new global paradigm of mental health. The technology is already here. All we got to do is start talking, collaborating, have a little fun, and I'll see you on the other side. Love, light, and peace to all sentient beings.